friends, this is going to be a really short video to talk about how to use a formula to write the rule of an arithmetic sequence. And please remember that an arithmetic sequence has a common difference. So it's counting up or down by the same number. It's adding or subtracting the same number every single time. So we've got an arithmetic sequence here. We can tell because the difference between 25 and 15 is 10, and the difference between 15 and 5 is 10, and the difference between 5 and -5 is 10. So we're counting by the same number every single time. And we're going to call that constant difference D. So the constant difference is D, and in this case it's -10. We also have a starting value that we can see right here. It's just the number that we start counting by, and we're going to call that our first term, so our A sub 1 term. It's just the first term that we have. So our starting term, which is just the first number that we start our sequence by, here is 25. Okay. And then I'm going to write a function where I input some value n and get out a value f of n for that number. So we're going to use this rule here to put it all together. Okay. So for ours, the A sub 1 is 25, so f of n is equal to 25 minus 10 times the quantity n minus 1. So now n is the input, f of n is the output, and I have a rule. You might be in the habit of rearranging this rule to look like one of the common forms of a line or a linear function that you're used to. So f of n, we might rearrange it so that we've distributed -10n plus 10. Remember, I'm distributing here. And then I'll combine these terms. So I might rewrite it as -10n plus 35 if I'm so inclined. And this then is the slope-intercept form of a line where I have the slope, the common difference, right, just another word for slope, and I have my y-intercept, which is not the first term, but the 0th term. It would be the term that came before the first term, which would be 35, which makes sense. If we just counted back, we would be another 10 above. Now I can use this rule that I wrote to find any term in the sequence. So if I wanted to find the 19th term, I'm just interested in the case where n is equal to 19. And so I would just find f of 19. In other words, I plug in 19 into the rule here, and I would just do the arithmetic. So that would be a -190 plus 35. So I'm going to find the difference between -190 and 35, which is -155. And so there is a point along this arithmetic sequence, the 19th term, in fact, along this arithmetic sequence, where we will get out the value 155. Okay. I hope that will help you with any of these arithmetic sequences. Thanks.